In the latest episode of Government Tries Its Best, but fails spectacularly, we now discover that women in Britain are waiting up to 10 years, yes, a full decade, diagnosis. That's not a medical system, that's a slow cooker with a clipboard. Meanwhile, Keir Starmer's Labour government proudly announced they're tackling the issue by approving 2 pills and throwing 5.6 million at research, roughly the cost of 2 Downing Street garden parties and a Greggs run. MPs patted themselves on the back with talk of flexible working and women's health hubs, which sounds a lot like a cupboard with a pamphlet. The Commons session was stuffed with polite applause, while thousands of women are curled up in agony, begging for someone to take their pain seriously. Once again, Labour's idea of tangible action appears to be more talking.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, with women waiting up to 10 years for an endometriosis diagnosis, we are committed to improving the diagnosis, treatment and ongoing care for women with gynecological conditions. This includes approving 2 new pills to treat endometriosis this year, investing 5.6 million into much-needed research and taking action to cut gynecology waiting lists through our elective reform plan. This government is committed to prioritising women's health as we build an NHS fit for the future.
Steve Young. I'd like to thank the Minister for her answer, and I know that my constituent Samantha, who asked me to raise this question today, will also be grateful for that reply. Further to her response, I wonder if the Minister will also work with colleagues across government to ensure that once the Employment Rights Bill has passed, the needs of those with menstrual health conditions like endometriosis are properly reflected in guidance and employer support, and that organisations such as endometriosis are engaged in this process.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank my honourable friend for raising this. Far too many women, like Samantha, are forced to leave work because they don't get the support they need. That's why we're meeting the needs of women with endometriosis in the workplace through a number of measures in the Employment Rights Bill, strengthening statutory sick pay, making flexible working available to more people, and opening up conversations about women's health through employer action plans will benefit all employees managing the condition. We're turning the commitments in the Women's Health Strategy into tangible actions.
Gregory Stafford.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What commitment can the Minister give that the Community Diagnostic Centre programme, which was started under the Conservative government, will be... I'll start again, Mr. Speaker. What commitment can the Minister give that the Community Diagnostic Centre programme that was started under the last government will be used effectively to treat and diagnose not just endometriosis, but all of those conditions listed in the Women's Health Strategy?
Minister.
I thank the honourable gentleman for his question. He will be aware that we are taking forward a number of measures as part of the Women's Health Strategy, and he will also know that as a result of our pilot on women's health hubs, which have established in 41 out of 42 integrated care systems, we are working to make sure that we're supporting women's health and tackling women's health, including shifting care out of hospitals, reducing waiting lists and continuing to engage with local areas to use the learnings from women's health hubs to improve local delivery of services.
Select Committee, Sarah Owen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Women are waiting up to 10 years for diagnosis for endometriosis and adenomyosis. Our Women and Equalities Committee report recommended a maximum of 2 years, which is still a long time to live with intense pain and fertility decline, but it would still be an improvement. Given reproductive health issues cost the UK economy £11 billion a year, the sooner conditions are treated, the sooner women can get on with their lives. Does the Minister agree that investing in women's health is essential? And how is she raising the importance of the Women's Health Strategy with her colleagues, the Health Secretary?
Minister.
I thank my honourable friend for her question, and she is absolutely right that we need a focus on women's health. That's why our priority is on turning the commitments in the Women's Health Strategy into tangible actions, such as setting out how we will also eliminate cervical cancer by 2040 through the new cervical cancer plan.
So there it is, 10 years of waiting and a strategy made of sticky notes and slogans. The reality is women are still suffering while the government grins at its bullet-pointed progress. Is this a health revolution, BD, or just a very expensive delay? Let us know. Do you think Labour's women's health plan is real change, or just more political pain relief with no cure in sight?